Crazy weekend in news, guys. Trump ended catch and release. Catch and release is done. If you want asylum, you're staying in Mexico. You're not coming into the United States until your court work is done. We also had the migrants crash the border. Craziness this weekend. Let's go over it all right now. Trump has allegedly struck a deal with Mexico that all asylum seekers will now stay on the Mexican border before they come into the United States. This is a big deal. What happens now is the asylum seekers come over, they apply for the asylum, and then they are released. So they're released into the United States and never to be seen again, regardless of what their court papers say or regardless of how the court proceedings turn out. They don't show back up. There's no reason for them to. They just disappear into the United States, never to be seen again. Now this stops. They are now going to be in Mexico and have to stay in Mexico until court is done and all their papers go through and they are granted asylum in the United States. That will be the only time they come into the United States. They will no longer be able to come over here and just disappear and never be seen again. And as you can see right here from PolitiFacts, of all places, left-leaning website, they state that based off the research they've done from the Department of Justice data, that 60 to 75% show up for their cases. So we're talking about 40% not showing up for their cases again. And if their 40% aren't showing up, they're probably criminals. Well, they are criminals, but 40% of them aren't even showing up for their court cases. So I'm gonna go with the 40% don't show up based off of a left-leaning website. 40% of all people do not show up to their court cases. So it's plain as day, this is a great thing. They're not coming over here and they're not just disappearing into the United States, never to be seen from again. And now Mexico has come out and said they don't have any deal in place. There's nothing like that's gonna happen. Well, I got something to tell you. Too bad. You let them in your country to begin with and now they're gonna stay in your country. Regardless if we have a deal or not, Trump ain't letting them come over and there's no reason to let them come over. And on top of this, I think Mexico is playing all sides here. I think they're playing the migrant side, I think they're playing the UN side, they're playing the US side. They're playing all sides and I think they're gonna get burned at the end of the day from playing all the different sides. Of course, the incoming president of Mexico is not gonna publicly state that he has a deal in place with Trump because right now he's trying to get money from the UN to help out on this migrant crisis that he's got going on in his country that he allowed these people to come into. So, like I said, I believe he's playing all sides. He's playing the caravan, saying he allowed them to come into his country, so he's playing these people, saying, yeah, once you get to the border, you'll be able to get in. He helped bust them up there. Give me a break. Acting like Mexico did not help these people get where they are now. But once they're there now they're stuck. Yeah, now it's a giant headache for you because we did. We slammed the door shut. You're not coming in. And like I said, he's not going to publicly say, yeah, I made a deal with Trump because he's trying to get money from the UN. Mexico's playing every single side right now, and they're going to get burned in the end of this. You watch. Mexico is the one that's going to get burned. They're already getting burned. And the biggest news came yesterday with this caravan charging the border. They charged the border. They charged the San Diego border. They were going to try to just rush it and get through. So we completely shut the border down. Trump said he was going to do it. He did it. We had our border patrol there. The military was right behind him, ready to back him up if anything got any worse. They completely shut it down. Nobody was getting anywhere. No immigrants crossed the border. None were able to get through. Nobody was even detained on our side. They were all just kept on that side, and nobody was able to get across the border. So check it out. I got a whole bunch of video clips here of the chaos that went down yesterday. As you can see, complete chaos going on at the border. But you know what the scariest part about this all is if you look at all the media reports that were going out, and what have I told you guys before about the media? If the media is telling you something, question it. Look at this collage I did. of the mainstream media, every single picture they had was of this poor lady and her 2 kids and tear gas being shot at her. That was their main picture of every headline they had. They were pushing that the big evil US is shooting tear gas at these poor migrants. No, our country was being invaded, but look at what the MSM is pushing. Fake news, they are the enemy of the people, and that is why Trump says that. That's why this channel is so important, and other people's channels are so important too, because they cut through all the garbage and give you guys the facts. Now, after all this, Mexico has came out and said they're going to deport up to 500 of these migrants that attempted to rush the border yesterday. We'll see how good that goes. You never know though. Like I said, Mexico's trying to play all sides of the coin here, so they might be doing it because, like I said, they let them in and now they're stuck with them because we're not letting them through, and they're stuck on their border, on their side, causing the humanitarian crisis. The UN's not pitching in as much as they thought they were gonna, so maybe they are tired of it. Maybe they are gonna throw these people on buses and send them back to where they came from. Let me just get into that. Trump's been right this entire time. Do you think any of these migrants coming to our country are coming here for a legitimate good reason? Yeah, sure, they want to come here and get a good life and everything else, but why not fight in your country for a good life? That's what we did here in America. We have fought, bled, and died for this country, for it to be great, for it to be where everybody else wants to come from. But if you're not willing to stand up and fight in your own country, what makes you think these immigrants are going to come into our country and stand up and fight for the values that we have fought for? They're not even fighting for it in their own country. So why come here and fight in our country for our rights? You can see they don't. They're waving every other flag in the world but ours. So no thank you, don't come over here. Like Trump has said, we need to bring the best people from these countries. If you're in such terrible countries down there, go do something about it. Learn a trade, get a degree, do something. Stand up, do something for yourself to get you out of that situation. Then apply to come here to the United States. Then it shows that you've done more than your fair share to do what it takes to get into this country, that you've worked for it, you've earned it. Those are the people we want to bring here. They've done something to earn it. Not just I got in a group of 5,000 people and walked to the border and now I'm trying to invade a country. That's what you're doing. You are literally invading the United States. And that's why I'm glad we have the military down there. I'm glad we have the borders secured. And I'm glad not a single person got through. But that's how this needs to work. You need to stand up and fight for your own countries. Stand up for yourself. Stand up for your own countries. And stop trying to come over here and take what we've stood up for and fought for. That's my take on this. Anyhow, guys, so I'm going to try to have a set schedule for you guys from now on so everybody knows when a new video is going to come out and not just randomly. So here's my new schedule. Monday and Fridays, I'm going to have a new YouTube video up for you guys every week. And then on Wednesdays, I'm going to start live streaming every Wednesday nights. So that way we can just talk. I can talk with you guys, my following. We can talk anything politics. We can just shoot off the hip. We can talk about anything, but mainly obviously sticking to politics. But every Wednesday night, live stream. Monday, Fridays, I'm going to have a YouTube video out for you guys. Anyhow, that's all I got for you today. I appreciate all your support. I love you guys. And I love this country.